We've got some major breaking news as expected to be announced tomorrow that Iowa Speedway will be hosting a NASCAR Cup Series race in 2024. What's going on, guys? It's Daniel and welcome back to the video. As I just said a second ago, there's a major announcement that's supposed to happen in Iowa tomorrow that Iowa Speedway is going to host a NASCAR Cup Series day in 2024. According to multiple reports, including by Jordan Bianchi and Jeff Gluck, NASCAR expected to add Iowa Speedway to its 2024 Cup Series schedule, with an announcement likely coming as soon as Tuesday, sources brief on the matter said. Iowa Governor Kim Reynolds' office announced a news conference for Tuesday at 11:30 a.m. Central Standard Time to announce a new major sports entertainment event to be held in Iowa in 2024. Obviously, we've been paying attention over the last 2 weeks and months. There's been a lot of talk about Iowa Speedway potentially being added to the NASCAR Cup Series schedule in 2024. And according to what Bob Pockers has reported recently, it sounds like this was originally not on the plans because they were trying to get Circuit Gilles Villeneuve, also known as Montreal Speedway, onto the NASCAR Cup Series schedule for 2024, but they've had a lot of major holdups and things that are really unfortunately affecting that, so will not more than likely be a NASCAR Cup Series race happening in Montreal in 2024. First of all, I am very excited and stoked and pumped up to see that Iowa Speedway is going to be hosting a NASCAR Cup Series race in 2024. This track is a track that I've always wanted to be on the Cup Series schedule, going back all the way to 2016 and 2017, because the Xfinity Series and Truck Series always put on some really great and fantastic racing. It is a shame, though, that Montreal is not getting added, sadly, because I think Montreal would have absolutely put on a fantastic show. It's kind of like a street course, and it would have been really cool for the sport to go international. Now, NASCAR had said publicly, and there'll probably be more details that do come out when the schedule gets released. It sounds like there was a lot of holdup, and the industry had been told to get your passports ready because we were going to be going to Montreal in 2024, but it sounds like that has gone off, unfortunately. But at least we have a really good replacement track. I know people will say, well, this is with the short track package, so the racing ain't going to be as good. The one thing that Iowa Speedway has an advantage of is it does have multiple grooves that are available, so I do think the racing in Iowa will be better in the tracks like Martinsville and Richmond and stuff. That being said, I don't think it's going to be an absolute barn burner, but I'm glad to see a new track and a new market coming in. Like I said, IndyCar's been doing an amazing and fantastic job. The big question, which will probably be revealed in the details tomorrow, the big question is going to be, when exactly is it going to be? I might do a video talk about this tomorrow when it's officially announced, but it's amazing to see that Iowa Speedway and this track has deserved an opportunity to be on the Cup Series schedule, and I'm very happy to see we're going to be having another Midwest track because we're obviously losing Road America next year as well. It sounds like it might be in June, if I'm not mistaken, is what the kind of the website said. They kind of took it off the website. My guess is it's going to be at the end of June, so probably originally where Montreal was going to take place. Originally, they were going to put Montreal, I think, on the weekend of Formula One, which, again, Formula One and NASCAR have not really worked together very well in the past, so that probably wasn't going to work out. Speaking of the 2024 schedule, according to what Bob Pockers has reported, it sounds like the schedule is more than likely coming on Wednesday. Not exactly sure what time the schedule is going to be coming out per se, but it sounds like the schedule is going to be released this Wednesday. That's really good to hear because that's been one of the biggest things been holding up the schedules, probably this Montreal stuff. There's obviously unclear if the Charlotte Roval is going to be coming back or not. Bob Parker says kind of iffy if that's going to be potentially coming back. We know the LA Coliseum, that is officially returning on February 4th next year. We know there's going to be 2 Bristol Concrete Days. North Wilkesboro is going to be hosting the All-Star Race in 2024. We obviously know the Brickyard 400, that is returning in 2024. And there's a lot of major other plans that are expected to be announced in the 2024 NASCAR schedule. I don't just expect the Cup Series schedule to be released. I do expect that the Xfinity Series and Truck Series schedules are going to get released as well. We know that Road America is not going to be on the NASCAR Xfinity Series schedule in 2024. I'm very intrigued to see what the Trucks Xfinity Series schedules are going to look like, if there's going to be a lot of standalone races, because we've seen the Xfinity Series have standalone races. Is Portland Raceway going to return in 2024? That's one thing to be determined that has not been disclosed at this point. Also very intrigued to see if Mid-Ohio is going to return to the Truck Series schedule in 2024. That's one thing that we're waiting on. But at least we're finally going to get the schedule. It's better late than never, I guess. I really wish the schedule would have been released a lot sooner. I don't know why it took them this long to release the schedule, but it's good to see that we're going to have a new schedule. And going back and talking about Iowa Speedway, another Midwest track, just really phenomenal to see. Again, this was not originally in the cards. They wanted to go to Montreal, but at least we're going to have a backup track that I think is worthy of having a NASCAR Cup Series day. Hyvie's done an amazing job, and maybe, just maybe, NASCAR can find a way to work with Hyvie and get a partnership up. Maybe they can find a way to have festivity kind of similar to the concerts they've had there. Remember this year they had the concerts with Ed Sheeran, Kenny Chesney, Zach Brown Band, and Carrie Underwood, I believe, were at the concerts this year. Maybe NASCAR could find a way to go ahead and do that. But I'm glad to see at least we're going to get a new track next year. Granted, it's disappointing to see there's not going to be a lot of other new tracks coming up. But hey, the schedule is going to look a lot different next year for 2024 than it did in 2023. So at least it's going to look a little different. I know a lot of fans, trust me, I know a ton of fans really wanted to go out to Montreal. And I'm disappointed because I think Montreal absolutely deserved a NASCAR Cup Series day for 2024. And it's just a shame to see it's not going to be happening, but due to the Olympics and logistics and stuff. The other thing that needs to be noted is it sounds like, according to what Bob is saying, there's a really good chance that Darlington may be the regular season finale. That's really interesting to me, and maybe I'm not entirely sure. Because it sounds like Watkins Glen, and Daytona could potentially be moved to the playoffs in 2024, which I'm not a fan of moving Watkins Glen or more road course and more super speedways into the playoffs. I think multiple super speedways in the playoffs is an absolute horrendous decision. If they are doing that for next year's schedule, I think that's going to be an awful, horrendous, and a really, really bad decision, especially with the playoffs being something that a lot of fans don't really like to begin with. Well, more fans have come around in recent years, I should say. But fans being frustrated with how the playoffs are, I think having multiple road courses and multiple super speedway tracks in the playoffs is going to be something bad. Obviously, Texas is most likely moving to the spring as well. I've been hearing Dakota. People are saying Dakota could potentially move to the fall. Again, it might be in late fall. We're not entirely sure. Dakota going to the playoffs wouldn't be a bad decision. It's still really warm in Texas in October and in September, so it wouldn't be the end of the world. It'll probably actually be warmer in October, September than it is currently in March when the race is happening. But when we do finally get the Chet schedule out for 2024, we'll probably break a lot more of this down. And again, that press conference is likely coming tomorrow. It's really cool to see, like I said, that Iowa Speedway is getting headed to the NASCAR schedule in 2024, but it's very disappointing to see that Circuit Gilles Villeneuve is not being added for the 2024 NASCAR Cup Series schedule. Believe me, I wanted that to come to schedule, but it just sounds like it's not going to happen this year. And for the record, this will be the replacement race for Fontana. There's been some rumors that Sonoma can move to the spring as well. It's going to be very interesting to see what the schedule looks like for 2024, but there's expected to be a lot of changes for the 2024 schedule heading into the 2024 NASCAR Cup Series season. So, that is going to be today's special breaking news report. I want to thank you guys for watching. Please like, subscribe to the channel, notifications on, so if I win a video, does go live on my channel. Follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, and support me on Patreon as well. Links description below that, and comment your thoughts below on today's episode. What are your thoughts about Iowa Speedway being added to the NASCAR Cup Series schedule in 2024? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And how disappointed are you that Circuit Gilles Villeneuve is not being added 2024? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. There still should be one more video dropping on the channel later today, more than likely the 2023 Xfinity Series race picks for the Charlotte Roval. Then tomorrow there's likely only going to be one video dropping that, of course, will likely be the silly season update that's going to drop. And, of course, if any other major news breaks throughout the day, we'll do that. There's likely going to be two videos dropping on the channel on Wednesday. We'll probably have more of an update on the Iowa Speedway situation. And then, of course, when the official 2024 schedule gets released, that is going to come out. A lot of great content is dropping on the channel over the next 2 weeks that I cannot wait for you guys to check out. So anyways, like I said, I want to thank you guys for watching today's episode, and I'll see you guys next time for more great, awesome NASCAR content and other motorsports content on the channel like this. Take care, everybody.